statistics not as high as one would expect. First blood Scotland.
Which is exactly how they would have wanted it. Get into an early lead. Let England do the early worrying. Strokosz drove the ball back out of the 22 with intent. Parks getting the ball quickly away to Lamont, who has been busy early on. The ball's loose. It's
taking up space in front of the ball.
Needed to be cleared up initially by Ewan Murray, but then England were offside.
Yes.
And there's been a little bit of back chat, which is the reason for the 10 metres, and Danieli's making the most of it. Scotland really beginning to get into this match. Parks to Ford. Blair to the replacement Dan Parks. Patterson gets it away quickly and well to Strokosz. This is Evans. Not many people will drive to Ilangi back the way that Max Evans did just then. Scotland are riding the wave. Alan Jacobson, good old-fashioned chunk of muscle. That's the good effect. This is Lamont, and you could see what he was trying to do. Patterson really was seeking out the opportunity. Taken by Joe Ansborough. One of the men that Andy Robinson has brought into the team this evening. Lewis Moody taking a blow to the head, and that might need some attention. What a start to this match. 10 minutes gone and Phil Vicker is already puffing out his cheeks.
Yes. I've got to draw breath. It's end-to-end stuff. Both teams really going for it. Credit to Scotland, playing with real purpose. An England team, we've already irritated the referee. Not good signs for England, alarm bells ringing.
There are little edges just creeping into this game. The edge in the line-out, the edge in the scrum. It's how England cope with that pressure throughout this game as well.
Parks hoists it high. This is a real test for Foden, who strides forward and takes it well. Armitage. Tackled by Evans. Hits the ball away out of the back door to Youngs. Wilkinson. England is scrambling at the moment, but that is a fabulous kick. And as keen as Patterson was to get on with it, he didn't have time.
Yeah, England just have to compose themselves under pressure. They look for the trusty old boot of Wilkinson. There he goes, off that left peg, knew where the angle was, and suddenly territory down in Scotland's 22 brings some assembly of order to the England team.
Play on, play on.
Ball won by Gray, despite the close attention of Croft.
Line on over. Use it once.
Blair Waits, 75th cap this evening. He'll be drawing on all that experience over the next hour or so. Didn't find a great deal of ground. England will have possession just beyond the 10-metre line.
Scotland off me, please. Just call your guys to the back.
Nick Easter fit to take his place on the bench this evening, but James Haskell remains the preferred starting choice at number 8. Steve Thompson, who's re-established himself as the number 1, number 2. Scotland making a mess of England's line-out. Vernon was there. The ball was knocked on.
By Blue and then knocked back by White. So we can't
Getting up into the air, Phil, and making life difficult.
Well, it's difficult conditions out there. Steve Thompson will actually be disappointed with that throw. Yes, an easy option. Needs to be higher. Just managed to scrag. It'd be a nuisance to that England in that area. And England's line-out has functioned really well in the past 3 games.
Thank you.
He looks good, doesn't he, Andy Robinson? He almost a little smug on the face.
Touch. Pause. Engage. Stand up, stand up. Okay, hey, don't get involved every time. I don't want to see you pushing every time.
Shake of the head from Ross Ford as this time it's Scotland's time to have a little lecture from Craig Joubert.
Crouch. Touch. Pause. Engage.
Scrum's on the move again.
Square and steady.
That's the reason for the free kick.
Scotland looking to take away the tight head wheel of England. Alan Jacobson, experienced, and also coming back into the team. The captain, Kellogg, known for his scrummaging ability.
Before the ball has got to be square instead.
You just look here as the power comes on, looking to move around. Craig Joubert aware of that. Ewan Murray not happy.
He's had scraps with Matt Stevens in the Premiership, but never at this level. Never in a test match.
3 head and shoulders, number 1, head and shoulders.
And now
number 1, head and shoulders.
It's Stevens' turn to give away the penalty. Not getting the right angle, and Blair's not hanging around to discuss the decision. Scotland immediately up to the 10-metre line. Evans was there, and the penalty was drawn by Scotland. Dan Cole not rolling away. He will say, how was I supposed to? But Craig Joubert is laying down the law very early on.
Yeah, massively so in the contact area. Concern about the scrums from both teams. Craig Joubert not happy with the engagement from both front rows. But this is where Mike Blair's been brought back into the team. He's always teasing defences. The tap and go. A lot of concern that Rory Lawson, who led Scotland against Argentina last week. But here's the engagement.
It's a terrible angle from Matt Stevens, makes it easy for the referee, Mike Blair there. He'll do that all day long.
And Cole just not, well, he made an effort, didn't he? And I think Blair made a bit of a meal for it, but he took it, took his opportunity. Joubert there, and Parks with the field goal.
Just. Now, which side of the post did that go? I think Nigel Owens wants to check with the TMO, another Welshman, Tim Hayes.
Okay, so how do you want me to ask the question? It's over unless you can give me a reason otherwise. Exactly. Okay. Tim, we're going to call you into the frame here. We actually believe it has gone over unless you give us a reason otherwise.
I can think that James Hook might be watching this with some interest. If only they'd have used the television match official for that.
Well, I've never seen this before in a game of rugby. All eyes glued to the set. Look at this replay. Over or under?
Over. Nigel Owens had a busy time refereeing South Africa against Samoa yesterday evening. But his head is clear enough to call for the replay and the confirmation that it's 3 more points for Scotland. And Parks is slowly exercising the ghosts of Wellington. And for that lot, the perfect start. They would have said, let's put the fox in the chicken coop. Let's see how England react. We're about to find out how England will react to this. Scotland 6, England 0. We will keep reminding you all evening that Scotland need to win by 8 points or more. Park's next job is to clear from his own 22, and he does that very well.
Well, a great camera angle. Remember, he's kicking into a wind. He's absolutely nailed it. Of course, out of range of Chris Patterson playing full-back. That is why Parks stepped up onto that 10-yard line. Nailed an absolute beauty.
England just a 4-man line out. Deacon was the target. Youngs spins it away. This is Haskell. England not really in this game yet. Again, it's Deacon. Again, it's Youngs, and again, it's Haskell. Runs into Strokosz, who needs to be careful. Thompson. Ross Ford busying himself. Cole. Didn't seem to have the ball under total control as he went into the tackle with Strokosz, but hung on to it. Wilkinson high on the breeze. Beautifully taken by Armitage. Debates back home as to why he was picked against the 3-try man Cueto. And then Youngs was burgled and Ford comes in. But England have the penalty.
5 right, arriving player.
Well, concerned with Armitage down there. The battle of the ball is like a piece of gold out there. England just need to settle. Interesting phases of possession, almost like an army march. They went right, they went left, they went right, they went left, and then they went to Wilkinson on the kick.
Interesting, great take from Dylan Armitage, wasn't it? The contact area, goodness me, what a fight. Great play there from Ross Ford. Worked so well in loose play, getting through, staying on his feet, getting the ball back. Scotland just not quite finishing it off.
On its way. Scottish voices will tell you that it's not hit the target, but that was a tough kick. Even with the win, there won't be many tougher kicks than that this evening. And Wilkinson, who has kicking statistics that he won't be proud of, has not improved them with that, but it was a brave attempt nonetheless. And Scotland remains 6 points up. Focus this week was on winning the game first. They'll worry about the scoreline later. Last 10-15 minutes. Then they'll start to think about those 8 points. At the moment, the gap is 6 points. And Ben Youngs has just slipped his left boot into touch to give possession back to Scotland.
Well, England look like rabbits caught in the headlights at the moment. Lots of people looking around. Ben Youngs there, unlucky, but it's a schoolboy error.
Ross Ford, one of those bubble wraps at the end of the Six Nations to keep him in tip-top condition for moments just like this. Here goes Lamont. Blair. Haskell was driving through and took Kellock out of the equation. Blair kicks over the head of Armitage. Ball bounces up invitingly for the London Irish player. And from the sanctuary of his own 22, bashes it back down towards Scotland's, where Parks is on hand.
Let him run.
Patterson. And the penalty puts Scotland ahead. Foden has dealt well with those. And the penalty went against Alan Jacobson. Didn't retreat the 10 metres as he ought to have done because he was in front of the kicker.
Well, interesting call from Chris Patterson, Scotland's most experienced player. You saw he took the call from Dan Parks. He absolutely nailed the kick. Jacobson just guilty of not being within that 10-metre radius and not being played onside. And well, Wilkinson, I'm surprised at this one taking a kick. Here you can see here, just the forwards, lazy runners, not getting back. You see Jacobson there. Got to be a picture on the 15-yard line. He's within 10 metres. But what is it about Scotland-England fixtures? England's patterns have absolutely been rattled. And for me, well, if he nails this one, though, he has got the win behind, but this is almost a more difficult kick than the previous one.
One missing by a whisker as well, but it has missed. 2 kicks, 2 misses. Scotland remain 6 points to the good.
Small margins. This is what this game is all about. Small margins.
Quarter of the match gone. And we've barely drawn breath. Straight down Haskell's throat. Youngs to Wilkinson. This is Tyndall to Alangi for the first time, but immediately held up by Barkley. Courtney Laws. I've seen much of him in the open spaces so far. England trying to get their patterns going. Wilkinson cuts back inside. Here goes Tuolangi again, tucks the ball under his left arm as Vernon hauls him to the floor. The ball's loose.